Level 1, the coin counter. You're a lowly scribe in the APSA basement, administration of the patrimony of the Apostolic See, hunched over dusty wooden trays brimming with tourist euros from Vatican museums, postage stamps, and crumpled Peter's pence envelopes mailed from devout widows in rural dioceses across the world. $100 million a year trickles in from tickets, souvenirs, and those voluntary gifts to the Pope that keep the lights on in St. Peter's. But your world? Fetching espresso for the Swiss Guard auditors, polishing the massive relic safes that gleam under torchlight, sprinting through marble corridors to deliver fresh ledgers to the backroom cardinals during their endless tithe-counting sessions. You're invisible, a ghost in black cassock. The clerics barely glance your way. To them, you're free labor, a gopher for gratuities, gold dust, and whispered deficits. Your job is simple. Listen to every hushed argument over shortfalls, tally every coin with quivering hands, and keep your mouth shut tighter than a confessional seal. They're testing your silence from the shadows. If you leak even a whisper of a $50 million hole to a prying journalist, you're gone. Exiled to some forgotten parish in the Siberian steppes, scrubbing icons for eternity. You're not earning a dime yet. In fact, you're taking all the risk for zero reward. If the Italian finance police or some secular probe raids the books, you're the scribe they drag out in handcuffs while the cardinals slip through hidden catacomb doors. How do you climb this holy ladder? Make yourself indispensable. You spot a nosy reporter lurking 2 cloisters away and slip a silent tip to the prefect. Prove you're no liability. Level 2, the associate clerk. You pass the silence test. Now you're an associate in the ordinary section, handling the first real scraps of value, appraising dusty donated villas in Rome's outskirts, wiring Peter's pence collections from U.S. megachurches, flipping minor museum artifacts for quick fiat conversions. You're not holy hierarchy yet, but you're woven into the Vatican's invisible web of wealth. Your days blur into petty hustles, haggling with antique dealers over a Renaissance chalice that fell off a truck, logging real estate scraps from pious benefactors, balancing books that turn faith into fungible euros. But here's the divine catch. You don't keep a single cent. You kick up. Every month, under cover of Vespers, you seal a fat manila envelope stuffed with scrip and hand it to your sponsor, the mid-level auditor who vouched for your soul. If you turn $10,000 from a shady relic sale, you better fork over $3,000 to him in cold cash. No questions. If you hold out even a franc, you're stealing from the Holy See itself. That gets you disappeared. Transferred to a mission in the Amazon, where piranhas guard the collection plates. The risk is sky high, straight from the inferno. You're the one dodging tax hawks from the Italian Treasury, fending off secular probes into anonymous donations. If the finance police pinch you mid-wire, the Vatican owes you nothing. No lawyers, no bailout. You do your penance in a Roman cell. You keep silent as the grave. That's the only path proving you're worthy of the sacred ledgers above. Level 3, the senior scribe. You've tallied euros for years, balanced books through the lean times, kept your mouth sealed during a brutal 3-year audit storm under Pope Francis's transparency reforms, when old scandals bubbled like brimstone, proved you can generate surplus cash flow without cracking under the weight of prying eyes. Now you're officially on record with a prefect, etched in the inner ledgers. This means you belong to his vault crew. No other office or rival cardinal can touch you. If some ambitious bishop from Milan shakes you down for extra tithes, your prefect steps in with icy authority. Back off! He's with me. This is the deadliest climb in the Treasury Tower. The Curia, those spiderweb cardinals, vets your bloodline like inquisitors, no tolerance for scandalous kin or embezzler uncles. They're digging deep into your past for rat priests or whispered betrayals. One slip-up, a bartered artifact that hits the headlines and embarrasses the dome, and you're done, cast into outer darkness. Then, one fog-shrouded dawn, you're summoned to vest in finest black. A hooded messenger whispers, "The chamber awaits, you're getting promoted." Level 5, the Vault Keeper. You descend into a shadowed sacristy deep beneath the basilica. Clerics in crimson circle a candlelit table bearing a golden chalice and an icon of St. Matthew, patron of tax collectors. They prick your quill finger with a silver needle. Your blood drips sacred onto the parchment oath of secrecy. Congratulations. You're made a keeper of the keys, sworn to the inner sanctum. Untouchable now. A lay accountant can't audit your books. An associate clerk can't question your tallies. Even a rival bishop needs a nod from the Cardinal Commission to end you. Hit one keeper and you strike the entire patrimony, $5 billion in retribution. Now you supervise the IOR wires, the Institute for Religious Works, Vatican Bank, $5.2 billion in works of religion assets flowing to missions worldwide. Your scribes and associates kick up envelopes to you. You kick fat tributes to the prefect above. You oversee Peter's Pence rivers from 1.4 billion Catholics, ensure U.S. dioceses and African cathedrals pay their due without fail. You don't count petty coins yourself anymore. Send a scribe to sweat it, but you're still a soldier in the ranks. When the Pope decrees a massive deficit must vanish, say covering a $350 million London property flop, you handle the shadowy rerouting. Refusal? That's heresy, straight to the papal axe. Level 6, the enforcer auditor. Some keepers excel at ledgers and tallies. You're forged for the blade of judgment. A donating order lags on tithes. They send you into the night. You're the terror mechanism that keeps the holy cash flooding, strong-arming delinquent bishops in smoke-filled rectories, vanishing shortfalls into untraceable, extraordinary expenses. Or you're the specialist in disposal. You know exactly which Swiss vault buries bad bonds forever, which Roman construction foundation pours concrete over cooked books come Tuesday morning at dawn. Feared by your own cloister mates, whispered about in refectories. Even your fellow keepers cross themselves when you pass. But this perch is a lonely spire. They need your ruthless silence, but dread your lengthening shadow. Level 7, the acting prefect. Your prefect hits a wall of heat, maybe indicted on that infamous London property scandal, $350 million evaporated in bad real estate bets. Maybe papal scrutiny from Francis's reformers pins him like a butterfly. He taps your shoulder in the dead of night. Hold the vault. Now you're acting prefect. Substitute with life or death control over ledgers. You run the entire section, dictating wires to global stocks, but everyone knows the throne is borrowed, not yours. This is pure test of loyalty. Keep the weekly envelopes fat and flowing to him no matter the drought. Keep the keeper soldiers in rigid line. Botch it and the cash dries up. He rages from his gilded cage. Excel too brightly? Paranoia brews like bad wine. He suspects you're eyeing his permanent crown, seducing his crew. You walk the razor's edge between St. Peter's Square and the abyss, rule the roost while feigning utter humility, whispering, "All for the Holy Father." Level 8, the prefect. The acting veil lifts. You're the skipper now, prefect for economic affairs, absolute skipper of a crew of 10 elite keepers and hordes of scribe associates. Your territory? The global patrimony. 2.9 billion in prime real estate from Roman palazzos to overseas stocks, all flipped into billions by shadowy managers like Nogara after the 1929 Lateran Treaty gold influx. Mid-executive heaven, no more petty euros or tourist trash. You manage men like chess pieces. Buffer between your keepers and the papal throne. Meet in safe havens, secret cloisters, rose gardens at dusk, for walk talks under olive trees. They hand over thick envelopes reeking of fresh ink. You issue edicts carved in silence. Your crew's total income is your burden to deliver, week in, week out. Global economy tanks diocesan donations. You still pay the throne on time. Secular probes raid your relic parlors or investment fronts. Reroute the rivers of revenue by next Vespers. You're the judge in the Curia too. When two keepers beef over bond splits or tithe shares, they kneel before you. Your word is infallible law within the crew. But the quota looms eternal. Deliver that fat weekly tribute upward, or get replaced, reassigned to eternal obscurity, your name scrubbed from the ledgers. Level 9, the messenger. A niche perch of pure power, diplomat of the divine ledger. The Curia offices can't convene openly. Too risky, with secular eyes and wiretaps everywhere from Rome to Washington. You shuttle like a shadow between IOR vaults, APSA towers, and the Secretariat of State. Carry oral missives too hot for any ledger page. No digital whisper allowed. You prevent schisms that could fracture the faithful billion. If a wealthy U.S. diocese skimmed Peter's Pence for local scandals, you're the velvet-gloved knife negotiating terms before excommunications rain down like judgment. Charm incarnate, calm as a crypt, cloaked in caution sharper than any stiletto. Level 10, the conciliary. You're third in the eternal sanctum now. The counselor, no crew of your own, no turf to till, but the Pope's private ear in the apostolic palace. Only soul in the hierarchy bold enough to correct him mid-decree. Holy Father, pause. Consider the heat from the headlines, the secular storm. Often a canon lawyer with a mind like interlocking ledgers, You structure tithes and investments to dodge RICO shadows and fiat illusions into unbreakable bonds. The ultimate mediator, when prefects feud over asset slices and the undersecretary can't stitch it, they come crawling to you, safe as the catacombs, counsel to the crown, never the crown itself. Level 11, the undersecretary, VP of the vast vaults, second-in-command shadow. The Pope dreams visions of holy empire. You forge them in fire. All prefects report to your desk. You collect the master envelopes from every crew, heavy as sin. Settle the rifts too vast for prefects, but too petty for the throne, like diocese border wars over investment turf. If Fed probes or Italian courts build a case, they target you first, the thick insulation keeping the pontiff's hands pristine. Heir apparent in plain sight. When the throne passes to paradise, the crown usually tumbles to you, but that bullseye draws every ambitious prefect dreaming of ascent, knives sharpened in the dark. Level 12, the sovereign pontiff, Capo di tutti capi, the commission of cardinals bows. You've ascended through reforms, scandals, and centuries of treachery, survived the fires, father of all fortunes, ghost enthroned in the dome, never touch a single coin, never sign a solitary bond from racket or relic. Layers of loyal shadows shield you utterly. Whisper an edict to your undersecretary over morning coffee. 3 days later, a gaping deficit vanishes into ether, or a rival influence crumbles. You chair the Supreme Commission, divide the global dioceses like fiefdoms, decree who rises in the ranks, who plummets to perdition. Total power absolute. 5 billion place empire, tax-free sovereign haven, investments spanning stocks to sovereign bonds, Peter's pence as your eternal fiat faith tax from 1.4 billion souls. But peace? A cruel illusion. Your own conciliary hungers beneath smiles. Probes swarm like locusts from every capital. No abdication, no golden exit. You rule the ledger till death claims you. In the apostolic palace bed, a distant prison cell, or shadowed pavement outside a Roman feast. This is the treasury throne you chase through history's blood. Money's not metal or faith. It's the ledger you control, or the ink that writes your end. Vatican ranks endure where empires rot. Subscribe, rank up. The auditor's eyes miss nothing.